The Benton County Quorum Court has unanimously approved a resolution to display the 10 Commandments in county buildings. As far as we know, this is the first county in the state to do this. The court says they did it to comply with Act 573. If 10 Commandments displays are donated to a school or a publicly funded building, they must be put up. Justice Brian Armis says the posters were donated by Counteract USA, the same group that donated posters to the University of Arkansas in Fayetteville. County Judge Barry Mooring said he would not sign that resolution, but said he will make sure the county is not breaking the law.
First, as county judge, I have a duty to comply with state law unless and until a court rules otherwise. This display is going up because state law requires it. While the Quorum Court is taking formal action tonight, my role as county judge is to ensure compliance with state law, not to advance or endorse a particular religious doctrine.
Justice Armis says his resolution, quote, is not about establishing religion, but rather acknowledging history. The judge does not have to sign the resolution, by the way, for the law to go into effect. This comes after a federal judge blocked the 10 Commandments from being displayed at 6 Arkansas school districts, including Bentonville and Siloam Springs. The judge ruled the law was unconstitutional and violated free exercise rights under the First Amendment. The state is appealing that ruling. Fort Smith police have arrested a 19-year-old in connection with a shooting at Woodlawn Park. Police say Mauricio Romani attempted to rob a person 2 weeks ago after arranging to meet with the person to sell some shoes. They say the victim tried to drive off, but Romani shot at him, hitting him in the leg. Still don't know what Romani is exactly being charged with tonight, but we will keep you updated. A new synthetic opioid that could even be powerful than fentanyl is raising concerns in Oklahoma. As 5 News reporter Taylor Howard says, there's some fear the drug is making its way into Arkansas.
You've heard the warnings about fentanyl, but now a new drug is adding to that concern.
What I've been able to find is that this new drug is being mixed in counterfeit pills, different substances. And so it's another one of those poisoning cases where I'm unknowingly purchasing it.
It's called cyclorphene, and a post on Facebook by the Oklahoma Bureau of Narcotics confirmed the drug has been found in Oklahoma. Chris Jones is the co-chair of Northwest Arkansas Harm Reduction Center. He worries users may not even realize what they're taking. Doctors at Oklahoma State University say a single dose of Narcan may not be enough to reverse it.
With this new synthetic coming up, it's going to take more than that, 5 or 6 doses to revive somebody.
Jones says he's spoken with the Arkansas Department of Human Services to verify the drug is not here in Arkansas.
I think it is important to be prepared, and I am glad that the state knows that there is another polysubstance out there that does exist.
Jones warns against purchasing drugs anywhere except for the pharmacy.
I understand that there are people that want to get high, and I don't think it has to be a death sentence.
And he says his goal is to help others get through addiction.
We are there to keep somebody safe and alive. If somebody's reaching out to us for resources for recovery, that's the happiest text we get.
In Springdale, covering news where you live, Taylor Howard, 5 News.
If you or a loved one is struggling, you can reach out to the Northwest Arkansas Harm Reduction Center. That phone number, 553-9559. Or you can go to our website for more information at 5newsonline.com. This all comes as Arkansas State Police say they seized a record amount of drugs on highways last year. They say they more than doubled the amount of meth and cocaine seized. They also seized more than $1 million in cash and 28 weapons tied to criminal trafficking activity. State police say they seized the most compared to other 6 states in the Gulf Coast high-intensity drug trafficking agency. In Benton County, a search is underway for a missing retired police canine. Alibi is a former law enforcement canine for the sheriff's office in Benton County, known for her seizure of large amounts of illegal drugs and assisting with dozens of fugitive arrests. She retired after jumping from a moving car, and since then she's been undergoing recovery and therapy. Alibi disappeared from Siloam Springs. If you have any information or have seen Alibi, you're asked to come forward. Davenport says they are now offering a reward for her return. Tomorrow, hundreds of No Kings protests will happen across the country. Several are happening in Fayetteville, Fort Smith, and Siloam Springs. You may remember the last nationwide protest happened in October and June of last year. According to the official No Kings website, they're once again protesting the president and his overall policies. We heard from organizers today who are planning one in the state capitol.
The brutality and violence against citizens trying to protect their immigrant neighbors, and then the invasions of Venezuela, and now the bombing of Iran.
More than 3,000 protests are expected to happen nationwide. National organizers say they expect tomorrow to have the biggest turnout yet. For the first time in history, soccer teams from Mexico will face each other at Razorback Stadium in Fayetteville tomorrow. Club America versus Club Tigres. 5 News reporter Laura Castleman in the studio now with more on this history-making matchup. Laura?
Yes, Darren, fans and former players say that the Golden Clash matchup is going to be one for the ages. A doubleheader where women's and men's teams take to the pitch.
For the women's teams, this competition is fairly new.
Women in Mexico, soccer has been huge always, but like the Liga started 7 years ago. For me, it wasn't an option to be playing as a professional.
Fer Pina played women's soccer for Club America, but says she never had the chance to play at Razorback Stadium.
Right now is a very special moment because these girls that are playing tomorrow are like a representation for many girls. Football or soccer is part of our lives as Latinos, Latinas.
People that haven't been on Mexico for years, they feel like they are home for a minute.
Antonio Estrada says no doubt he will be at the match, rooting on both the men's and women's teams.
It's a big team.
The women's soccer is growing in Mexico and here in the U.S., so it's exciting.
I mean, everybody is excited to go to the game. Everybody's ready.
Bringing a little bit of Mexico to Arkansas.
The historical Golden Clash tournament will begin at 2 p.m. tomorrow afternoon at Razorback Stadium, and tickets are still available online. Laura Castleman, 5 News.
All right.